In this session, we're going to be making a Christmas ornament using the traditional water bomb base. Start with a piece of paper. I'm using a minimally decorated piece of paper so that you can see the folds more easily. We're going to start with the printed side up and fold it in half horizontally and open it up, give it a quarter of a turn and fold it in half again horizontally and open it up again. Flip the paper over and give it just 1/8 of a turn so that it looks like a diamond, and then we're going to fold it, making a diamond, and open it up and give it a quarter of a turn and fold it again. Now we're going to turn it up and push along the edges. So now we're going to have what looks like a triangle with some leaves on it. Take the top leaf and fold it up to meet the point here and have the base along this center line and flatten it out. Now you're going to take the other side, top, and fold it to the middle and flatten it over. Now you're going to turn the model over and do the same thing on the other side, bringing this flap up, flattening it, bringing this flap up, and flattening it. Now, the model looks like this. Now you're going to take this point, using the top fold, and fold it directly in half to the center line and flatten it down. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And you're going to turn the model over and do exactly the same thing on this second side, bringing one point over and having it meet the center line right at the center of the center line, and then folding the other side to meet the center line at the center. You'll notice now that we have two little flaps, and you're going to take this flap and fold it over the flap we just made. And then you could do that on the other side. Now, I'm going to take this flap that I just folded down, bring it back up to the top, fold it in half so that the edge meets the edge of this fold that we just made. And then you're going to do that, bringing this to the top, folding it in half. Now, you'll see as I lift this up, that there's a little pocket right there, and I'm going to put this flap in that pocket. I'm just going to turn it because it's easier for me to do that. So I folded this down here, and I'm going to open up this tiny pocket and slide that inside. That's a locking mechanism. That's going to keep that flat. Now I'm going to do this on the second side, on the other side here. So I've folded this down, and I'm going to open up this little pocket and tuck this in here. And because it has four-fold symmetry, I'm going to flip the model over again and do exactly the same thing on this side. Notice I'm going to take this flap and fold it over here, take this flap and fold it down here, then put both of them back up and fold this flap now in half, and fold this flap now in half. Now I'm going to open up the tiny pocket formed by the folds in here, and there we go. And tuck this flap There. Now, again, look for the tiny pocket and insert that in there. Now, at the very bottom, you can see the tiniest pinhole, and I'm just going to put my lips on that and blow up this model. So that I've done that part of the way, so I can use my fingers to open this up, and then I'm going to blow again in that tiny hole to open it up a little wider. And if it doesn't come, then you can pull on the edges. And here we go. And, of course, sometimes you have to push on it with your fingers. And there we have a Christmas ornament. And you can just wrap a string around it and put it on your tree.